Oh, there's a royal monster. We don't want to wake up a royal monster, do we? No, we don't. Where the heck are we? I'm trying to find the Glavenus and I still cannot see it. Could it be in a different... Oh, there's a gold den, though. Am I even searching in the right area? But my potential partner will. That's unacceptable. Rue, get back on your back. Come on. Don't be silly. Come on. Come on. Don't be silly. Oh, this is such a struggle with this child. I swear to days. Is it worth it to have kids? If you're strong enough to handle them, then sure, go ahead. But if you're not, then don't. Besides that, this is already like, oh my god, 4,356 positions long. Oh my god. You must have so many reasons why not to have kids. True advice. And another advice as well is if you have the money, if you don't have the money, then don't have a child. You need to have money to afford a child. That's the first rule I learned. That was the first advice I had. If you don't have the money, then don't get a kid. Because kids are expensive. We'll fight him.
Was an obvious win.
If you don't have the money for a pet, you don't have the money for a kid. Yeah, pretty much. They live longer and eat more. Oh god. I mean, to be fair, I do have 13 snakes, so that's a those are my kids plus 3 geckos. So I kind of have a horde of kids. Yes, 13. I've got 13 snakes before I had kids. Oh god. Okay, so the majority of the list is corn snakes. I've got a royal python or a ball python, which is a banana butter. I've got 2 garter snakes, which are a blue striped garter and a short-tailed garter. I've got an African house snake. I've got a albino plains hognose snake. And I've got a huge 8-footer female Thai beauty snake, which is over 15 years of age. She's probably in her like 18 years now, I think. Check my stories tier party. I've got 2 full parties with 55 plus level monsters, so I will wait. Okay, so mostly smaller boys, that's good. I thought you were going to say all pythons. Yeah, I've got an 8-footer. 8 to 10-footer. She's currently curled up at the moment, ready to shed, so she hasn't actually... I might actually... Hold on, I shouldn't pester my Thai beauty, but I have to double check that she's okay. Just bear with. So you're gonna hear a lot of things moving for a bit, because I just need to make sure that she's okay. Because like I said, she's an old girl, and for those who don't know the story, she was basically a display animal for a an animal store. But before that, she was part of I think she was part of somebody else who had her for maybe 2 or 3 years. And then she wasn't, of course, not a display animal, but she was like taken to like schools and stuff, being an ambassador and whatnot. So all the kids would like touch her and grab her and whatnot. you know how kids are. They're like, oh, there's a snake, and we're terrified of it, but we want to touch the snake anyways. And then, of course, then she became a display animal, which obviously it continued with kids tapping on the glass and putting their faces on the glasses and tapping it and then saying, oh, look, it's a big snake and blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, it's the most horrifying thing you can really do for a snake, really. Because even though they had signs up, the kids still didn't do anything, and the parents didn't like say, hey, just don't do that to an animal. So they completely disregarded it. And then 3 years ago, the store who was a good friend of mine, he said, hey, I know, are you still interested in having a Thai beauty snake? And I said, well, yes. He said, well, we can give you our Thai beauty, which, by the way, she never had a name. For almost 15 years, she didn't have a name. She was nameless. And they said, oh, do you want to have the 8-footer? I said, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, she had no name. Absolutely no name. And so I took her in, and I said, if you want her back, I said to my friend, I said, if you want her back, just let me know and all these things. They say, yeah, we'll let you know and all these things. But turns out they didn't want her back. So, story short, she was then called Esmeralda by me. She's now a retired snake, now living in our quote-unquote bedroom cave, basically. So, Red, who is my partner, she said, oh, why don't you just send her to the zoo or send her off because we cannot take care of her and all those things. I said, no, I will take full responsibility for her, because it's not fair to have an animal who has been a display animal for so long to go back to being a display animal. I'd rather have her retire and just be herself and just, you know, live the rest of her life just calm and, you know, relaxed. So my baby girl is called Esmeralda now, so. Hello, sweetheart, you okay? Oh, yeah, a little bit of movement. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. Yeah, I know. Good girl. Thank you for letting me know that you're okay. So what I usually do with her is, what I just did is I just opened the enclosure and I softly stroked her scales, and she kind of pushed back from like, hey, leave me alone. So, oh, hi! Yeah, hi! You're showing your face a little bit. I know, I disturbed your sleep a little bit. I'm sorry. I know, you're in full blue. Yes, you are. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry, sweetie. You're so pretty. Yes, you are. Yeah, go and relax now. But yeah, so that's basically the story with Esmeralda. I also saved another snake, basically from. I had a free snake from the same friend. He said, "Do you want this free snake?" And I said, "Which free snake?" And I said, it was actually a corn snake, by the way. A Tessera corn snake. And he said, do you want this snake? Because I was looking at him before, and then I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Well, okay, I'll definitely take him in. And I said, do I have to pay for it? And they said, no, you don't have to pay for it. And I said, well, why not? Don't you want to be paid? Don't you want to be paid for this? And then he said, no, I got the refund from the breeder. And I said, oh, what did the breeder say? And basically the breeder said, oh, I don't want him back. You can do what the fuck you want with it. And basically what he said is like, you can do what the fuck you want with it. We don't want it back. And the reason why he gave me that snake is because he knew that I had previous experience on quote unquote, and I hate doing it. I really, really, really hate doing it. Is force feeding a snake. And this snake hasn't eaten for 4 to 5 months. And bear in mind, it's a newborn, a new hatchling. So it hasn't eaten for a long, long time. So when I received the animal, it didn't want to do drop feed. It didn't want to have warm food. It didn't want, obviously we don't want getting him alive pinky, obviously, but we coated it with a chick. Didn't want to take it. And then the last option that I had to do was force feed it. And I hate doing it because you're working with such a delicate animal, and you have to make sure that when you quote unquote stuff this pinky down the snake's throat, that you don't damage anything inside. Because that's the worst thing, that every time I have to do it to feed this little snake to make sure it survives, I have to make sure that I don't damage the animal. Yeah, risk of death each time. I was so... Red doesn't even want to do it. Like, I had to do full-on research before I even considered doing it to any of the snakes at the time. I had to do full-on research. I had to check... I had to watch YouTube videos. I had to research about what do I need to do and all the things. What is the procedure of handling a snake in that situation, etc., etc. And actually, after 2 months doing force feed, I initially tried assist feed, which obviously assist feed is basically doing something similar like force feed, but instead of forcing the pinky down its throat, you just put the head in. And he took it. He basically took the head and he started swallowing it himself. So after that, he's currently a big snake eating on his own. So I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with it, and I called him Shadow. So your name, Shadow Dragon. Your name, Shadow. That is his name. Was he not eating because he didn't know how? Actually, honestly, I wouldn't know. It could be that he didn't know how to eat. Or it's just he didn't have any appetite, which I don't believe he didn't have an appetite, but honestly, I would never really know the real reason for it. I think it might have been what you said is probably not eating because he didn't know how. Wait, what do I need for this one? Wait. This one. He is a special boy. He's very skittish. He's very, very skittish, but he is a big boy.
Was an obvious win.
Let me see if I can get a picture up of him. Guys, I'm really proud that he actually survived and is now a very, very sweet boy. Pets. Shadow, where are you? Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so he was this tiny. Let me just pull up the picture here for you guys. Call it Shadow. Go for that. We're gonna go for pets. We're gonna go to Shadow. So when he was very little, he looked like this. That was him being only like a couple of months old, and that is just an assist feed, basically. That's when I assist feeded him. He was very, very cute. Very difficult to handle, because obviously force feeding and whatnot. But that's how he looked like when he was very, very tiny. And now, the special boy, when he got a little bit older, that's when he got a little bit older. Oh, God's sake, big picture. That's when he was a few more months older. So he's got more vibrant colors now. He is very beautiful. And then this is when he is about 1.5 to 2 years old now. So he's a bit... Oh, well, that's a great... Sorry. This is a big picture. There you go. That's him being 1 or 2 years old now. Yes, vibrant colors should be a sign of a healthy reptile. Yes. This is how big he is now. A big boy. So he's done really, really well. Despite what I had to do to him. since I'm showing pictures, I might as well show Esmeralda as well. That's Esmeralda there. That's my 8-footer. Yeah, that's an older picture, Levi, but yes. She just came out of shed then. She doesn't! But she is! That enclosure you're looking at is 5 foot. 5 or 6 foot, something like that. That's basically the enclosure that she came in with. So yeah. Let's see, yes, it's a danger noodle. It's my pet. Also, Lag, one of my garter snakes passed away earlier this month. And that's this little boy who passed away. We don't know how he passed away. But yeah, I think it might have been like a disease or anything, so we've been keeping an eye out to any of the snakes, and everybody else was fine, but initially he was quote-unquote, and I hate saying this, but he was quote-unquote the runt of the group, because especially when we put and this is the surprising thing about snakes, especially garter snakes, is like garter snakes can be together in an enclosure of the same sex or 2 different sexes, and they wouldn't eat each other. They're sociable creatures. Now, when it came to Lag, Glitch, and Arrow is the blue striped one. I'll show a picture in a minute. Glitch is the older brother of Lag, like genetically brothers. Lag didn't eat as much when they were in the same enclosure, so he's always been the runt. So yeah, he basically passed away, and yeah, you know how it is with the smallest animal in the group. Sometimes they survive, sometimes they don't, and honestly, me and Red don't know what happened to Lag, really. Because he had food the week before, so it's like, yeah, we don't know. Arrow, I was talking about Arrow. Arrow is this pretty boy. Nice blue striped garter. I'm just showing my pets right now. So yeah, that is Arrow. And let me see if I can find Glitch here. Yeah, I have a huge collection of snakes. And this one is this is Glitch. So he is basically the brother of Lag. So he was a bit bigger. He was a bit bigger than Lag, really. And he's also an aggressive eater, Glitch. So whenever Lag is getting food, Glitch is like, "Oh no, it's my food. It's my food. Give me." And he already had like 2 or 3 pinkies. So he's a greedy boy. Right. What other snakes can I show you guys? Ooh, Taurus, well, it's supposed to be Ashen's snake, but he's my boy now. It's my royal python now. And banana butter! He is literally a banana butter! Banana butter python. Royal python. And you miss your danger noodles? What do you mean, hardcore? What happened to your snakes? Right, who else? The other rest is like corn snakes. Well, we have Lumica. That's Lumi. That's my that's my hawk nose. She's like, what are you doing? Like, I see you, what are you doing? It's like, nothing, I'm just taking a picture of you. Right, let me just hide that now. Otherwise I'm just gonna talk about snakes. Which is not a problem, but Yeah, but just let me know if you want to see any of the other snakes, really. Because I do have the other corn snakes and whatnot. Yeah, I'm really upset because I cannot see the Glavenus. And I need to hunt it. Where is it? Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna probably... Let's see if we can go to a different... let's go for Har's guy. Where'd we go? Let's see if it's there. Hey. Oh, there's a golden den there. Well, that's a good thing. Actually, also, I really want to really quick show you guys my... Well, Lumika, who is my hognose snake, is my very first snake that I've got. My second one is Yukimura, who is a big girl. She's actually the only female corn snake I've got. That's her. I just really wanted to share. That's my baby girl corn snake. She's literally the only female corn snake in the collection. So, that's the thing. I thought I had Amaterasu, which I thought was a female. It turns out it was a male, so yeah. Well then, I've got only one female corn snake. Oh boy. And unfortunately, I cannot really breed her because we don't have space to breed corn snakes.